There's an SUV selling for $4,000 right now that I cannot kill. I've tried to explain it. I've looked at the engineering. I've studied the maintenance records. And I still don't fully understand how these things keep running. 250,000 miles. 300,000 miles. I've seen one with 387,000 miles, still on original engine and transmission. The owner drove it to my shop for an oil change, not a tow. He drove it. I've been turning wrenches for over 20 years. I've seen reliable vehicles, I've seen overbuilt vehicles, but this SUV is something else. It's like it doesn't know it's supposed to brake, and nobody's buying them. Not because they're bad, but because everyone's too busy overpaying for the obvious choices while these things sit on lots for months waiting for someone smart enough to notice. Today, I'm breaking down the $4,000 SUV that refuses to die, and why even I can't fully explain how it keeps going. The SUV is the Ford Escape Hybrid 2005 through 2012, first generation hybrid system. And I already know what you're thinking. A Ford? A hybrid? From 2005? That should be a disaster. That's what I thought too, until I started paying attention to what was actually rolling into my shop. Here's the shop story. A guy came in about 4 months ago with a 2008 Escape Hybrid, 312,000 miles on the odometer. I assumed he was here to finally say goodbye. Maybe the hybrid battery died. Maybe the transmission gave up. Something had to be failing at those miles. He said the check engine light came on. I scanned it. Evaporative emissions leak. A loose gas cap code. I tightened the cap, cleared the code, and sent him home. I asked him to pop the hood before he left. I wanted to see what 312,000 miles looked like on this engine. It was clean, no leaks, no sludge on the oil cap. The coolant was fresh, the belts looked recent. I asked him what major repairs he'd done. He thought about it for a minute. He said he replaced the brake pads 3 times, the 12-volt battery twice, and the rear shocks once. That was it. 312,000 miles, maybe $800 in repairs over 15 years. I told him I couldn't explain it. He laughed and said nobody can. Here's what makes this SUV so confusing. Ford was not known for reliability in 2005. The Escape had problems. The regular gas models had transmission issues, coolant leaks, and electrical gremlins. But the hybrid version, different story. Ford didn't build the hybrid system themselves. They licensed it from Toyota. The same system Toyota put in the Prius, the same engineering, the same components. Ford basically took a Toyota hybrid drivetrain and put it in an American SUV. The 2.3-litre Atkinson cycle engine is understressed by design. It doesn't work as hard as a normal engine because the electric motor helps. Lower stress means less wear. Less wear means longer life. The eCVT transmission isn't a real CVT. It's a planetary gear set with no clutches, no bands, no friction materials to wear out. There's almost nothing in it that can fail. Toyota has been using this same design for over 20 years, and mechanics still don't see them break. The hybrid battery was the big fear. Everyone thought these would need expensive replacements, but Ford used nickel metal hydride cells that turned out to be incredibly durable. I've seen original batteries still functioning at 200,000 miles. When they do eventually weaken, rebuilt packs cost $800 to $1,200. Not the $5,000 people expect. Let me give you the numbers. A 2010 Ford Escape Hybrid with 100,000 miles costs $4,000 to $6,000. A 2010 Toyota RAV4 with the same miles costs $11,000 to $14,000. Same size, same fuel economy. The RAV4 costs $8,000 more because it says Toyota on the hood. Average annual repair cost on the Escape Hybrid is $471. The class average for compact SUVs is $548. You're already below average on a vehicle that cost half as much to buy. If this straight talk is helping you, subscribe to Mechanic Secrets. More videos coming that dealerships really don't want you to see. Now let me tell you about the second Escape hybrid that made me question everything I know about Ford. A woman brought in her 2006 model last year, 289,000 miles. She bought it new in 2006. Same owner for 17 years. She wasn't here for repairs. She wanted me to inspect it because her son was about to turn 16 and she was giving it to him. She wanted to know if it was safe. I put it on the lift, checked the brakes, suspension, steering, frame. Everything was solid. The hybrid system tested perfect. The engine compression was within spec on all 4 cylinders. I told her this vehicle would easily last another 100,000 miles with basic maintenance. Her son could drive it through college and beyond. She started crying, not because she was sad, because she had spent 17 years waiting for this car to let her down, and it never did. She said she felt guilty giving her son something so old, but couldn't justify buying something new when this one wouldn't quit. I told her that's not guilt, that's wisdom. Here's the inspection checklist if you're shopping for one. First, check the hybrid battery health. Any good shop can run a diagnostic on the hybrid system. You want to see battery cell balance within normal range. Weak cells show up as uneven voltage readings. Second, look at the 12-volt auxiliary battery. This is separate from the hybrid battery and it fails like any normal car battery. If it's more than 4 years old, budget $150 for a replacement. Third, check the exhaust manifold. Some 2005 through 2007 models had cracking issues. Look for black soot marks near the manifold. It's a $400 repair, but tells you about overall maintenance history. Fourth, test the AR conditioning. The Escape hybrid uses an electric air conditioning compressor. If the air isn't cold, that's a $600 part. Make sure it blows ice cold before you buy. Target, 2008 through 2012. Those years have the fewest complaints and the most refined hybrid system. Avoid 2005 if possible. That was the first year and had the most software bugs. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants Toyota hybrid reliability at Ford prices. Commuters who drive 40,000 miles a year and want to save on gas. College students who need something cheap and bulletproof. Anyone smart enough to ignore the badge and look at the actual engineering. Who should skip it? If you need more space, the Escape is a compact SUV. If you want the newest safety tech, these are older vehicles without modern driver assists. And if you're going to panic every time you see a Ford badge, the anxiety isn't worth the savings. Here's what I still can't explain. I've worked on hundreds of these Escape hybrids over 20 years. I've replaced maybe 4 hybrid batteries total, 3 transmissions, 2 engines, on hundreds of vehicles across millions of combined miles. Every other vehicle I can explain. I understand why Toyotas last. I understand why Hondas are cheap to fix. I understand why BMWs fall apart. But the Escape hybrid doesn't follow the rules. Ford made something unreliable. They borrowed a system from Toyota, and the combination created a vehicle that defies its own brand's reputation. The mechanics' verdict. The Ford Escape hybrid is the most undervalued SUV in America. It runs on Toyota engineering with a Ford price tag, and it refuses to die no matter how many miles you put on it. I've stopped trying to explain it. I just tell people to buy it. These are sitting on lots right now for $4,000 while everyone walks past them toward a RAV4 that costs 3 times as much. The value is hiding in plain sight. The question is whether you're smart enough to see it. If this helped you, subscribe to Mechanic Secrets and hit the bell. Every like and share helps spread what dealerships don't want you to know. Drive safe. Take care of your car and it'll take care of you. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next.